I guess this is my Merry Christmas. I was at the store and I thought, I was filled with all sorts of perspective ideas and inspiration, and they didn't have croutons, so I got bread because I thought, I'll just make my own croutons. However, it didn't turn out that way. Bob's Sweet Stripes. I saw munching on this morning. At least they still had those, but anyway. Hang on. So I was sitting here thinking about using my alone time to reconnect with the spiritual side of myself. I don't fit in with the other Christians. I'm more toward probably the yogic culture, Native American pagan roots, but still feel like it all does connect with Jesus. And I don't care who wrote what. Stuff gets lost in translation. I'm going to go with what's laid on my heart, unless it's something extremely negative. And then I know that's not from a benevolent higher power. And I got thinking, I used to contemplate, could I ever be a nun if I end up single? And I thought, well, he'd probably make me sign a prenup, because I've been divorced twice. Well, can you imagine if they didn't? This could be the one, because even if I just take half, being married to God, just kidding. And I thought, well, God's a polygamist, because nuns marry him, right? That's the way it was always explained to me, anyway. But, to each his own. They're doing what out of love for their heart and spirit, and a lot of good things, so be it. I could probably never actually be one, but I don't know. So I was going to rededicate myself, and I was having these thoughts and thinking I should do a little monologue talking about this, because this is just my Christmas. And then I noticed, I was watching Jerry Maguire, it's been rerunning over and over. They kept talking about that dude Bob Sugar, and I was like, oh my god, this cannot be a coincidence, because they finally had Bob's Sweet Stripes again, so I'm eating Bob Sugar. Those are just the little insights I used to humor myself with. Maybe it's synchronicity, maybe not. You can't say it's not spiritual to me. Everything is. If everything came from God, then everything is, nothing's off limits, I'll put it that way. And then all of a sudden it went to commercial, and they were like, here's a message from the king. And I was like, oh, this seems significant. And I thought, wow, they're really going out of their way to share the Christmas spirit. And I was like, oh, well, it is on the BBC channel, so this is probably why that's on there. But it was very heartwarming, and I used it to kind of pray, connect, spread cheer and joy, because I don't really have a lot of other things to offer, and the people around me, I'm used to them lying, blaming things on my imagination when I had tangible evidence, so I don't ask for more time with the people around me, and I'm just going to celebrate my aloneness right now, at this moment. Watch somebody try to interrupt it now that I've said that. This is what happens every time. But I also wanted to know, I wonder if Carol got that. It was a nice little, she had wished she had a wand, so I did send something from my tree and a little crystal out of the goodness of my heart. This was years ago to someone I didn't know, and I thought, well, I asked the post office person, when I was sending that, how to do it right, so I'm pretty sure there was nothing wrong with that, but there have been 2 or 3 different things that come up that people will mention who shouldn't even know about that. And I'm like, is that the reason someone's in my business? Is that the reason? At the end of the day, my first ex-husband was the only one that admitted his part that would break my heart. So I'm still very thankful that he at least confessed that. But both times he's tried to tell me more about it, he's gone to jail. As far as I know, he's still there. So if that's the pattern, I can see why nobody wants to tell me the truth. But then I have to sit here on my own and wonder how bad can it be. So anyway, I'm trying to redirect myself to the positive. I may not always be able to stick with it, but I guess that's life in general. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all that stuff. I'm going to eat some more peppermint.